Welcome to Spelling Bee Ninja, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of education. If you're a passionate learner looking to explore concepts that shape our understanding of the world, you've come to the right place. Make sure to subscribe for free access to insightful content that will engage your mind and fuel your curiosity. Today, we'll unravel the intricate landscape of ethics, examining the fundamental questions of right and wrong and how they influence our decisions and actions. Ethics is a branch of philosophy that delves into the questions of what is right and wrong, fair and unfair. It serves as a foundation for understanding how we make moral choices and encourages us to reflect on our actions and their consequences. This lesson will explore various aspects of ethics, including its importance in our lives, the three main branches of ethics, and the major theories that have shaped ethical thought throughout history. So, what exactly is ethics, and why is it vital? Ethics, also referred to as moral philosophy, examines our beliefs about right and wrong behavior. It tackles profound questions regarding our obligations to one another and ponders what constitutes a good life. Unlike descriptive disciplines that simply observe how people behave, ethics is normative, meaning it prescribes how we ought to conduct ourselves. A key debate in ethics revolves around whether moral principles are universal, applying to everyone equally, or relative, varying from culture to culture and individual to individual. This brings us to the three main branches of ethics: metaethics, normative ethics, and applied ethics. Metaethics is concerned with the fundamental nature and meaning of moral concepts. It asks questions such as, what does it mean to say something is good? Are moral truths objective or subjective? In contrast, normative ethics seeks to establish what principles should guide our actions and defines what makes an action right or wrong. Lastly, applied ethics deals with real-world issues, applying moral principles to areas like medicine, business, and environmental policy. Did you know that the study of ethics dates back over 2,000 years? Thinkers like Socrates and Aristotle laid the groundwork for understanding ethical behavior. Socrates famously posed the question, how should one live, while Aristotle introduced the idea of virtue ethics, emphasizing character over specific actions and outcomes. Next, let's talk about some of the major ethical theories that shape our understanding of morality. The first is utilitarianism, which evaluates actions based on their consequences. Founded by philosophers Jeremy Bentham and John Stuart Mill, utilitarianism follows the greatest happiness principle. According to this view, actions are right if they promote the greatest happiness for the greatest number. In other words, if an action results in more happiness than suffering, it is considered morally good. However, critics of utilitarianism argue that it can justify harmful actions if they lead to a greater overall good, disregarding justice, individual rights, and dignity. Next, we have deontology, attributed mainly to Immanuel Kant. Deontology emphasizes the importance of moral rules and duties. Unlike utilitarianism, it holds that the morality of an action is determined by whether it adheres to established moral laws rather than its consequences. For Kant, his categorical imperative serves as a critical principle. This principle states that one should only act in a way that could become a universal law, that is, what you do should be acceptable for everyone in the same situation. According to deontological ethics, some actions are intrinsically wrong, no matter the outcome, like lying or killing the innocent. Kant's emphasis on intention over results led to a significant exploration of human rights, establishing a legacy that still influences modern political theory. Our third ethical theory is virtue ethics, which shifts the focus from actions to the character of the moral agent. Most closely associated with Aristotle, virtue ethics encourages us to ask, what kind of person should I strive to be? Rather than presenting a list of rules, Aristotle emphasized developing virtuous qualities such as courage, justice, and wisdom to achieve eudaimonia, or human flourishing. He believed that a balanced character, which he defined as the golden mean, the ideal between deficiency and excess, was necessary for living well. Now, let's focus on a compelling thought experiment in ethics known as the trolley problem. This thought experiment highlights the tensions between utilitarian and deontological approaches. Picture this: a runaway trolley speeds down a track toward 5 people who are tied up and unable to move. You have the option to pull a lever to divert the trolley onto another track, or it will inevitably kill one person. What do you do? A utilitarian might argue for pulling the lever, as sacrificing one life to save 5 maximizes overall happiness. In contrast, a deontologist would likely refuse to pull the lever, asserting that actively causing harm, even for a good outcome, is inherently wrong. This scenario illustrates the complexities of our moral judgments and demonstrates how different ethical frameworks can lead to contrasting conclusions. Further complicating our understanding of morality are the debates between moral relativism and moral universalism. Moral relativism posits that ethical truths vary based on cultural or personal beliefs, meaning no single ethical standard applies universally. In contrast, moral universalism maintains that there are objective moral truths applicable to all humans, regardless of their circumstances. For instance, many would argue that torture is inherently wrong, no matter the context, exemplifying a universal moral principle. Philosophers like Kant champion universalism, emphasizing the applicability of moral duties across cultures. However, some contemporary thinkers propose a middle ground, suggesting that while certain moral principles might be universal, their application can depend on specific cultural contexts. This discussion is particularly relevant when we examine ethical issues in applied settings. Let's now turn our attention to applied ethics in medicine and business, two areas where ethical considerations play a crucial role. In medical ethics, key concerns include patient autonomy, ensuring that individuals have the right to make informed decisions about their healthcare, beneficence, which emphasizes acting in the patient's best interest, and non-maleficence, the principle of do no harm. These ethical tenets guide healthcare professionals and impact complex issues surrounding end-of-life decisions, reproductive rights, and genetic testing. For example, the ongoing debates about euthanasia and assisted suicide hinge on the balance of respecting patient autonomy while upholding the sanctity of life. In the realm of business ethics, company policies and leaders grapple with questions of corporate social responsibility, fair competition, and consumer protection. The ethical treatment of employees and adherence to fair labor practices are also paramount. Companies must consider their broader impact on society and the environment, a principle increasingly emphasized in today's world. Engaging with ethics does not only shape professional behavior but also influences our personal lives. Ethics provides us with frameworks for decision-making, emphasizing social responsibility and nurturing a sense of justice and fairness. By forging a deeper understanding of ethical principles, we can navigate complex social dilemmas and strive for harmony in our communities. It's important to recognize that ethics is not merely an abstract concept confined to academia. Engaging with ethical principles helps refine our values, guiding us to make better choices and encouraging us to stand up for what is right, even in challenging circumstances. As we wrap up this exploration of ethics, we uncovered how it helps us navigate the complexities of right and wrong in our lives. We discussed the three main branches of ethics: metaethics, normative ethics, and applied ethics. Additionally, we examined major ethical theories such as utilitarianism, deontology, and virtue ethics. The trolley problem provided insight into the moral dilemmas we face, illustrating the tension between different ethical frameworks. We also considered the significance of ethical discussions in real-world contexts, from medical ethics to business ethics, reminding us that ethics is vital not just for philosophers but for everyone. This foundation empowers us to engage thoughtfully with moral issues and contribute positively to our communities. Thank you for joining us today on Spelling Bee Ninja as we explored the basics of ethics and its significance in our daily lives. We hope this discussion encourages you to reflect on your own values and actions. Remember to subscribe for more educational content that empowers you to think critically and expand your horizons. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and continue your journey of learning.